After we have inserted all the utilities inside our drawing, we can use layer groups command to turn on the information. I remind you that layer group can be used in model space or inside the viewport of the paper space. In this case, if I want to see all installation point, I can activate all of them. For installation point for the utilities, the software permits for each utility to show the label, bidimensional symbols, and a 3D symbol. When you press OK, inside your drawing, you can see all the labels and installation points just inserted. I can move inside the layout, for example, A3, just to create the MAP drawings. And for example, if I want, I can rename the layout and supposing electric. And inside the layout, I can move to layout palette and use schedules command. Now the software it's analyzing the drawing, and instead of factory connection point, I can use predisposition, and from predisposition I can turn on electric predisposition. If I want, I can also activate the option grand totals, so I can convert dimension, and I can also, for example, I can cut description at 50 charts, and if I want also to split areas. Most important is insert installation image that permits to insert also the symbol for the picture about the installation points. And you can click over the picture just to have description on the right side, otherwise below the picture. You can choose how you want to, what kind of installation image you want to choose. You can also export data to an Excel file, just choosing the path where you want to export. At the end, I can press OK button. When I press OK, the software gives me the table to insert. As I'm working on a free sheet, I can insert outside. After the first column, it asks me to choose a point for installation schema. I prefer to insert outside because in this way I can insert the complete table of my schedule, and then I can scale it and insert inside the layout. As you can see here below, the software inserted also the two pictures related to type E3 and E21 that I used. So now I can select, and I can choose, for example, to scale command. I can choose base point, and with R for reference, I can choose, for example, a reference could be the height, and you can choose if you want to reduce it in, for example, in this way. Now I can move it inside my drawing, and I can also select maybe the first picture, and I can move it also inside. You can also adapt the label, and you can do the same with the second one. Select, move, in this way. Then I can use 2D, 3D view just to insert a plan view and choosing a scale factor 1.25 supposing. I can remove auto size and lock view in order to choose and to define exactly the dimension of my viewport. I can create the viewport in this way. Then I can enter inside with a double click and we can use pan command. If you press the wheel of the mouse inside the viewport and you can center, for example, the cooking island. Then inside the viewport, you can use again layer management from layout. Otherwise, in utilities, you can find layer group, is the same command, and you can ask the software to turn on label 2D and 2D symbols for electricity. When you press OK button, it shows me just electrical installation points with labels, and if I also retrieve dimensions, okay, I can also see the dimension. Double click inside again, and with the pen you can always move it up. So here we have the label, the symbols, and also we have in the schedule, we have also the electric predisposition information with also the type that we inserted, that we choose, and here below we have also different type that we used for electricity. Now, if I want, I can duplicate my sheet, A3 electric. I can choose right-click, move or copy, and I can create a copy before A4 layout. And now I can click the second one and I can rename it. For example, A3 gas. Instead of repeating all the commands, I just have to delete the picture. Sorry, like this. And then I can enter inside the viewport and using layer groups command again, I turn on the gas bidimensional label and 2D symbols. And I can click OK button. Automatically, the software changes the layout inside my viewport and activate the gas symbols and the gas utilities and installation points. You can enter inside. If you want, you can move again. About the schedule, you can move to layout and you can repeat the schedules command. In this case, we can, instead of electric, I can turn on gas. For gas, you can also change the gas unit of measurement. You can choose to replace current legend. Okay, if you want, I always suggest to insert outside. And in this case, I remove. In this way, the software asks to insert again another legend. Okay, so I can insert there. I can insert the picture for installation points, because now the table is bigger, the picture is different. Okay, and now we have the gas predisposition information. If you create a technical legend, okay, and if you want to replace, when you run schedule command, you can also choose an option to insert just the equipment with the connections. In this way, the software will not insert any neutral equipment, but just the equipment with the connection you choose. And if I use replace current legend, as you can see now it replace, and I can insert maybe the picture here outside. You can see we just have a few details. I can also select the table, and then again I can choose scale, the base point, then reference. This is the original length, and the new length will be that one, in order to reduce and to adapt to my layout. I can select the block below related to the picture, and I can move inside the drawing. So in a few seconds, we have created another layout, A3 gas, starting from the previous one, A3 electric, and with the bidimensional layout with labels and installation points with symbols and labels, and schedule with a technical legend table with the predisposition for gas, and then we have also the picture related to the gas connection. Again, we can choose move or copy, and we can create another one for plumbing. I can create a copy, can select and rename. Plumbing. In this case, if you want, you can also remove. Sorry. And I want to remove everything. I can create another viewport with a scale factor. Maybe like that. With the pan command, we can move in order to see many equipment. And if you want, you can also adapt with the grips. Using the grips, you can extend or reduce the dimension of the viewport. And then again, with the schedule, I can choose water and drainage, for example. I can choose OK button. So we have the table to insert. We can insert our table, the picture here below. As you can see, I insert also always the picture outside in order to move later inside. I can select my table. I can scale it. R for reference. This is in this way. Now I can take the first object, the first picture. I can move it inside, and the same for the second one related to the drainage. Move. So we have for water and for drainage, and we have the table with the hot water predisposition, cold water predisposition, and drain predispositions. And now at the end, inside our layout, I can use layer management or a group just to turn on water label and 2D symbol, and also for drainage label and 2D symbols. You can press OK button. Just to see different informations.